Welcome back to Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS, presented by Fisherman's Marine and Outdoor. Now it's time for your weekend tech tip, brought to you by Chevy Silverado.
Now, it's been a year since I picked up my 2024 Chevy Silverado 2500 High Country. And listen, I've had a lot of trucks in my lifetime. We've had previous sponsors for trucks here at Outdoor GPS for years, and they're all great trucks. I'm not going to say anything bad about any of them, but I love this truck, and I loved my 2022. And there's a lot of reasons for that, let alone just how a Chevy actually drives, how it handles. There's a lot of things that go along with them. And one of the things that I've never talked about is the Silverado app, or the Chevy app. This is one of the tools that I absolutely appreciate. I know that the other manufacturers that are out there have very similar technology. But right now, on my truck, I got 15,524 miles. And on this app, it's just easy for me to show you everything. It gives you everything that's already on the dash or in the system on the truck, which I absolutely love, because there's been more than once where this app has actually made me well aware if I had a low tire or whatever it may have been, and if I needed to do any maintenance or whatever it might be. So that app is certainly very useful. My average miles per gallon right now, and you got to remember, this truck is sitting on a 7-inch lift on 37-inch tires, 1250s. So I'm not helping to try to get good gas mileage. So what would you think I'd get? I mean, just to take a guess, and you can see the truck there, it's not a little one. Thank you, Chevy, for doing that for me. It is a beautiful truck. Getting 13.5 miles to the gallon on average. That's over 15,000 miles. That's the entirety. Now, if you're familiar with 3/4 or 1-ton trucks, you should be going, dang, that's good. With the 7-inch and 37s, that's pretty darn good. Now, with my last truck, I had 35s on a 5-inch lift, and I was getting roughly 14.5-ish, roughly. So to lose about a mile a gallon to have that kind of a setup, I'm a huge fan. There's a lot. My previous style of trucks, or models, manufacturer of truck, wouldn't do that in stock scenarios. Well, I shouldn't say that, because I always ran 35s. Anyway, the handling's phenomenal. That interior is phenomenal. The seats are phenomenal. I will say the only thing so far that I've had any issues with is my running board, because the lights on the running board went out. So next time I go in, of course, it's still under warranty and all that stuff, but the next time I get in for an oil change, I'm going to have that taken care of. All in all, though, I give the truck a 10. I know that's easy for me to say. Yeah, there's a lot of you out there going, oh, it's a sponsor. You're going to say whatever you have to say. It's the greatest truck I've ever driven. It's simply, with the independent front suspension, again, if you are familiar with these trucks, if you're not familiar with a 1-ton or a 3/4 ton, I don't know what to say. But when you're talking about a 3/4 or a 1-ton having independent suspension all by itself, the front end, it handles incredible. The response for that truck, nearly 1,000 foot-pounds of torque, nearly 500 horsepower, more than enough to tow any of the boats that I've owned by a landslide. And let alone trailers and anything else. It's just a fantastic rig. And to be quite honest with you, we were just recently at Chevy. If you are in that market, I would highly recommend that you take a look. Just that simple. Absolutely love that truck. Just don't get my color. I love that color. Although I washed it this week, and of course it rained last night. Very frustrating. All right, we're going to cut to a break. When we come back, I'm going to have Jack Glass from Team Hookup Guide Service. He's on the Willamette this morning, chasing springers with his clients. Now, my biggest thought, or what I'm curious about, Jack's been doing this a long time, is how's he fishing? Is he still dragging fish flash and herring? Has he migrated over to 360s? What is he doing? But we'll have that in just a couple minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Outdoor GPS is brought to you by Yakima Bait, steeped in tradition, innovation, and fishing success. Procure Bait Sense, ruthlessly effective. And by North American Metals Incorporated, first choice for all your metal roofing and siding needs.